Embarking on a journey to unravel the deeper layers of an unsettling experience aboard a Norwegian cruise, we find ourselves drawn into a narrative laden with peculiar events and the harrowing repercussions of a sushi binge. As the story progresses, it becomes apparent that there is more than meets the eye during this vacation at sea. The initial days of the cruise are a delightful escape, marked by scenic vistas and a constant supply of sushi. However, after the 2-day sushi feast, our protagonist begins to feel a disorienting dizziness and lightheadedness that clouds their enjoyment. Concerned friends advise caution against sushi consumption, but the physical discomfort endures, hinting at a more sinister undercurrent. On the 3rd day at sea, things take an eerie turn. As the afternoon sun bathes the ship's deck in warm light, the protagonist decides to separate from their friends, citing their illness. They embark on a solitary journey, navigating the vast cruise liner with its myriad corridors and public spaces. An encounter with a maid provides an opportunity to ask for directions. However, the thick accent of the maid and the uncertainty of the protagonist create a communication gap, leading them down a questionable path. The maid's guidance directs the protagonist down an uninviting corridor with a tiled floor, which contrasts with the carpeted, inviting public areas. As they proceed, doubt gnaws at them. This doesn't seem like the right way to their room. The corridor is dimly lit, with some lights flickering and others extinguished entirely, creating an ominous atmosphere. Turning a corner, the protagonist encounters a sight that transcends the eerie atmosphere and plunges into the realm of the downright disturbing. A figure stands at the far end of the hallway, facing the wall. The lights play tricks on their perception, and as the figure slowly rotates to face them, it remains shrouded in obscurity. The protagonist's first impression is a void, blackness that absorbs all light. Yet, the figure is not stationary. It advances toward them. This movement is surreal. It defies the conventional notion of human locomotion. It seems to float rather than walk, adding to the disconcerting nature of the encounter. The protagonist's heart pounds. The unbearable feeling of dread clings to them. Despite the figure's disquieting presence, the protagonist retreats, opting to navigate back through the narrow hallway. The maid has vanished, and they are left to their own devices. Returning to the ship's lobby brings a measure of relief, but the sense of foreboding never leaves them. Later that evening, the protagonist retires to their cabin, still feeling the effects of their earlier malaise. The room's ambiance is soothing, and they nestle into bed hoping for a restful night. Yet fate has other plans. They awaken in the dead of night, trapped within their own body. The phenomenon known as sleep paralysis holds them in its grasp. Paralyzed, they are rendered immobile, their only faculties being the ability to move their eyes. As panic sets in, their eyes scan the room. They are held captive by an overwhelming sense of helplessness. Slowly, the unsettling realization dawns that they are not alone. In the dimly lit room, a dark figure emerges. It hovers over them, shrouded in a cloak of impenetrable darkness. While their eyes can discern no features, the figure is unmistakably there, a menacing presence. Time crawls as the figure hovers over the protagonist, who is unable to break free from their paralysis-induced nightmare. It seems to last an eternity, although it's mere minutes in reality. The figure inches closer and their fear crescendos. They are locked in a macabre dance of dread and immobility. Then, the figure's face, unfathomably dark and enigmatic, twists into an unnatural, malevolent grin. The protagonist's heart races, and in their mind's prison they scream in terror. Simultaneously, they hear their own scream echo throughout the cabin, reverberating with an intensity that is impossible in their paralyzed state. As the paralysis relinquishes its hold, they jolt awake. The room is silent, and the nightmarish encounter has dissolved into the realm of uncertainty. Their frantic breaths and pounding heart underscore the surreal experience. The transition from nightmare to reality is abrupt and unsettling. The protagonist, shaken to their core, grapples with the blurred lines between dream and reality, questioning the origins and implications of the sinister figure they encountered. The narrative delves into the interplay of the physical discomfort from sushi indulgence, the hallucinatory realms of sleep paralysis, and the persistent ambiguity of the figure in their cabin. Their journey transcends mere physical symptoms to probe the unsettling depths of the human psyche and the uncanny phenomena that can unfold in the middle of the sea.